Well, hello everyone. This is Ramblin' Randy from the deep piney woods of East Texas. It was an absolutely beautiful day, and I'm very, very excited of what's taking place, believe it or not, in the world today. I don't have a teleprompter, and as a rule, I don't use notes. If I did, I probably would not look at them. I've spent hours making notes before just to go through one of these things and find out that shortly thereafter I start, it's not up to me to what I'm going to say. It just starts kind of flowing, if you know what I mean, if you've ever done this before. But I will. There are some things that I want to go over with everyone. Is that I posed a question to you, and a sincere question that I want everybody to think about. Is if you had a way or a plan, a strategy that could cause hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of people's lives to be altered in a positive way, and take them out of fear of tomorrow, and at the same time, that very process would be what it would take to save this country. If you knew that, if you were the only person on this earth that had that content, that had that plan, what would you do with it? And it would be so simple, yet so simple that you'll be constantly bombarded with it. If it's so simple, why didn't everybody do it? Or how come it hadn't been done before? And you find yourself in just a completely brain-locked situation with something that could actually, if not make a major impact on the direction of our country, if we had enough people who had enough passion about the love for this country, if there was enough people that understood what I'm talking about and implemented in their everyday life, like they should be doing anyway, if they love this country. We were just watching something that Rex did just moments ago. This right here, let me flip over to it. This is Rex Bear of the Leak Project. Let me see if you can see that. I'll raise it up a little bit. And he's filming the sky up there.
It's pretty remarkable. Back in the day, this would have cost hundreds of thousands of dollars to get this kind of footage. Now, less than $1,000 bucks. I appreciate all of you being here with me. If it wasn't for you, I don't think we'd be nearly as far down the path of truth and knowledge and entertainment. I mean, this is entertaining for all of us, isn't it? It's entertaining. As spooky as this is, it's also entertaining to see this and to experience this.
It's the craziest thing that you can see. Let me mute it there. It's the craziest thing in the world. Now, who in their right mind could look up on damn near every day of the week, at least around here, and I travel a lot, and see this going on? I guess you have to have climbed life's ladder as many rungs that I have to know that this is not normal, people. This is not normal. And what they do, this is I'm getting to the point to where I feel very strongly that there's a rat in the woodpile. That they're up. Look at that. I've been in the military, people. And that doesn't dissipate. I've been up in the high desert. I've been around here. And you see them lay down a bead. That's what they're doing. It's like welding. They're laying down a bead there. And they come back later. And you look at or you can sit there and watch that bead turn into what you're seeing on the screen right there. Nothing but a blanket. And then it hooks up with another one that they laid a little earlier. Before you know it, you've got this that going on right there. Now, if we're having problems with the solar system, okay? If we're having problems with the solar system, then what we need to do is tell us about it. We need to know. It's our air too. Now, let's say that they're trying to block the rays and all that to keep us safe. Let us know. But I don't think that's the case. I don't think that's the case. It's really starting to look like they've got a different little plan for us here. This is SGT report. I would strongly advise you putting this in your little research category. Again, I'm going to try to get Rex to get hold of these things because I have a hierarchy. We need to have continuity in the flow of our intel, and so we're really seriously starting the people's army of eyes and ears here, people. And you go out and you perform a task. Nothing happens in this world that's free. You've heard me say this before. Even paying attention, that's the most valuable asset that you have. And look what the mess has got us into by y'all paying attention to some of these. The sky's falling, by God, and y'all keep thinking about it. The sky starts, chunks of the sky. Quit thinking about that stuff. Jesus, that's what's happening here. They know that. And when you mix fear in there with it, it's a bitch. It's because they're going collectively going to manifest that. That's pretty much the way this thing goes. Why else do you think they need us to vote? Because they need that massive, coherent thought moving whatever, good, bad, or indifferent, in the direction of their choosing. Let's wake up and smell the roses. I have no earthly idea, because this platform, I'm not familiar with how many people we've got in here, but it seems to be going very, very low. Whoa, way down there. So I take it looks pretty good. There's some folks showed up. That's a good thing. Here's the only way that whatever you're going to hear me say tonight is going to matter to you in your life. And that's a whole topic within itself, the word matter. That means it's going to happen in your world. It's going to matter for you in your world. The things that I talk about, you're going to have faith. You're going to have passion above all. You're going to have to make a commitment. This is personal. What has been created is a platform that I'm giving to you. There's only two people right here, right now, that can hear this, that are comprehending what I'm saying, is me and you. There might be 10 million people that hear this, but whoever's hearing these words come out of my mouth, be it on digital or live like this, which is digital, it's all virtual. Whoever's hearing it for the first time, I'm talking to you, no one else. Until we get back to that type of thinking, when we are performing a task, which is what we're going to be doing collectively, is white magic. A miracle, as they call them in the Protestant world, a miracle. What do? We pray, we focus, we walk through the day with unceasing prayer, and we're constantly thinking about whatever it is we're praying about. So as we pray / think / meditate on, we're sending to the universe the request to get some stuff together and start sending it this way, because I'm taking a step out there and I need the rest of the bridge to be there. Kind of, in a real thumbnail sketch, that's what's going on. That's the only logical thing that can be happening. You hearing me talk now is living proof that just nanoseconds ago I was thinking about it. Most everything is on autopilot, but that's the way it appears to me to be working, and I'm not alone in that category. With all of that said, what does that have to do with this? It has everything in the world to do with it. because my objective here is one purpose, is to water and feed the horses. Horses run faster when they've got good food and good water. And what does that mean to the upright Homo sapiens sapiens? They want that cheese. They want that dinero. They want it in abundance. As Eddie McGuire said, show me the money. I'm human too. And as I sit and I ponder, how do I create this scenario, this conjure, that I need 1 million plus people? How do I get these people together on the same page and them listening to me and absorbing some of it so that they too can then go out and spread the word as Paul Revere did, so to speak? And come flying back to me is that guy hanging on the wall over there, Amp Schmel Rothschild. You can say thank you to all your problems that you've had. You damn near thankful, Amp Schmel. Long story, we'll be going into it. It'll kill a little time. You'll see that that's all that I'm doing here, is killing a little time. And having you do a few certain things, and you'll have that shiny house on the hill, and I'll have this country, and I'll help do our part to save this country, and you will never know it happened that way. Because a lot of times when we hear things that we need to do, for some damn unknown reason, we don't want to do them. But if you make the decision on your own, even though that decision may have been set up for you to make that decision, that's what's happening now. And if someone who knows how to do that in a very polite manner, that your best interest, I'm talking just to you, that your best interest is all that I have in mind, that is my objective, is to line your pockets with what you call money. Why would I want to do that? And I'm asking nothing in return. Why would I want to do that? It's because Amp Schmel said, go out. He had 5 sons. Go out and find me something that we can give to the minions that they desperately want, that will help our agenda without them knowing it, and we can win any battle, especially when we take it away. That, forward in time, was termed to be what's called a Heidelian delecta, and I won't get into that. That's just create a scenario, magic, cause a target to react, shiny object, little cheese, little austerity programs, 1st and 15th, things like that. Give it to them, make them happy, but they got to do this. Forget it. And that's what's going on. It's going on right now, up inside the Beltway. They're fighting over how much of the meat off this fat pig called us can they shave off without us knowing it. That's what's going on. You can boil it all down to that in a nutshell, and you pretty much don't have to turn on the damn TV. Pretty much don't have to. So I sat around for years going, how in the hell do I beat something like that? How do I get people to do? We have to be on the same page. Nobody's going to do anything. They're not going to do a damn thing just if you say, do you love the country, for God's sake. They're not going to do shit. Unless there's something in it for them. So, what do we do? I started thinking, how in the hell can you get tens of thousands of dollars on a regular basis in a snaggletooth person sitting on the river down there with a catfish line in the water? How do you do that? I figured out that people, every single breathing human being has value. I'm gonna be real upset if I did not start that recording going. Let me see. Let me go over and see. Did I start it, Trevor? Let me see here. Start video. I hadn't even started the dadgum video. But I'm gonna, it looks like I have started the recording. I'm gonna start this video then. Oh no, we're not doing that. Not by any stretch of the imagination are we going to do that today. Thank you. Stop video. Video evidently means that you want to look at me, so that's not the time to do that. Let me primp a little bit and we'll do that. Wherever I was at, it doesn't matter. I'll always loop around and get to it, so I'm not exactly sure where it was at. I'm sure it was probably very important, but back to the crux of what I'm trying to attempt. I'll fall in line with it here in a minute if one of them angels will send it to me, please. And so what happens is you have to have some way by which to get people emotionally involved, because where attention goes, energy flows, and that's the seed, people, of manifestation. If you want to take a bite of an apple that you see over there on the table, the first thing that you've got to do is see it. And you can't just run your eyes by it. You got to see it, you stare at it, and then next thing you know, you're starting to think, that sure is a shiny, delicious looking apple. The next thing you know, you're continuously thinking about it, focusing your attention on it, and the next thing you know, you're moving that way. It all started with an exciter thought, an initial thought. Real deep stuff right there. We could go off down that rabbit hole. And it is amazing how we were able to find the domain named the Rabbit Hole Herald, because every single one of you that choose to take this mission before this little cassette player burns up can become reporters of the Rabbit Hole Herald. Bona fide. You can even get your little dangling deal going on there. We'll even do that. And when something breaks loose anywhere USA, doesn't make any difference if you're going to get bait, from the bait shop to get back down the river to keep that line in the water, or if you're sitting in a penthouse in New York City or wherever the hell you're at. If it breaks loose, anything happens, hit it with your electronic eyes. Take a picture and bring it back to the rabbit hole. Our members here who have made a commitment to support those people who bring them value, that they gain value from, like those pictures we just saw of Rex, I think it's worth a damn penny, don't y'all? Come on. And by supporting people on a micro basis, and you have a huge base of people that y'all help me go out there and get 1 million plus people, we can do this. Medium did it. They got 7 million people, and I'd never heard of Medium before. It's all word of mouth. That's where they can go over there. They can write something. Go to medium.com. They can write a little article. I saw some chemtrails today. Boy, they were all different colors, and they put it up there. If someone likes it, they tap on their little computer on these little hands. It goes to a logarithm, and they might make themselves $1 or $2. That's what they're doing. And so I saw that, molded it into a bunch of other pieces, and we've come up with the Rabbit Hole Herald and a way by which you, if you're willing to work, oh my God, that word, work, what does that mean? You can be sitting on a couch drooling and be working in my book, because if you wake up and something happened behind them eyelids, and you get it over to the rabbit hole, or you post it on Twitter, or you put it on Facebook, as long as we know where you put your stuff and we can see it, and you're a member, you might have had a $10,000 dream, dog. I am not kidding you. If you get my picture here, as Cunningham says, one of the radio people, he said, if you could smell what I'm cooking over here, that boy must be from down here somewhere. I like that, if you can smell what I'm cooking. But if you understand what I'm saying, you start catching on to this vision here, and we get enough people, and we standardize. Here's what we got to do. Nothing's for free. Nothing. Nothing's for free. That's what's wrong. We've fallen into that deal to where Amschmel is still hanging around and everybody's thinking they want the austerity program. There's no work involved. Well, what work are you talking about? Just tell people to come listen to me. Is that too hard? Or go out and take a picture and post it on the rabbit hole. Is that hard? And if you see value that someone else is giving you, if you see one of Rex's videos, or if you see something like I did a little deal on my friend, we're starting that out too. We'll start little reality shows. You get your own page on the rabbit hole. You promote yourself within the membership base. They like what you're doing. They tip you a penny, nickel, dime, or quarter. Where's that coming from? Where's this penny, nickel, dime, quarter coming from? Because if you're looking to make change, at least know and understand that the principles behind it means you have to be all in. If you have passion for saving this country, and you can't go up there and carry a picket sign, up there in Washington, or you can't stop someone from polluting the water, or whatever the case may be, but you want to help, at least put a penny, nickel, or a dime in someone's tank. So what you do is you make a commitment inside of your own mind of how much you make a commitment to the community, let's say, that you will commit to giving away, not expecting anything in return, X number of dollars a month, 5, 10, 15, 20, 30. If we standardized it at what I've always worked with is a trinity, a 3-point trinity. Someone teaches, someone receives the content, because you'll be teachers, collaborators. You're going to teach people what we're learning here. Everybody's a teacher and everybody's a student. So you see someone that's in a bind, but they're damn good researchers, or they do whatever real good, you invite them to listen to this call. And let the Spirit take over them and see if they want to join with us, because every time someone makes a commitment, it's energy that turns the wheel of this big movement. Because what we do is that commitment, let's just fictitiously say, so for a mental picture, it goes into a pool. You're committed to give that commitment away, not to me, unless I give you value. Unless you can say in your heart, I gained value from what old Ramblin said right there. I'm going to lob him a penny. Or whoever, Rex, you get or any host that he finds out there. He knows a couple hundred of them. And so they're going to have audiences. We can grow this audience real quick. Please get on. If you've got any sense and you can hear me and you're already involved, get a hold of these influencers like Sean here. I'm going to be having another chat with Rex, and he's got a book. If you can get a hold of one of these influencers like this and get a hold of them, that's value to me. Because if you make a commitment, you're making a commitment to the platform or me. I'm going to turn right around and give you that commitment back. In other words, we would have for a real easy way of describing it, all these shows have these insider deals or how you join a annual membership or whatever it is. That would be what we'll talk about. And then I'll just turn around and give it back to you and say, hey, go give it away. Go give it away. I don't want it, I do, but only if I give you value will I be worthy of it. I have built this platform for a reason. To give it away, it's been told to me, as a gift for experiencing all that I have in life to put this together. I don't have any doubt that someone's going to see some value in me when this thing gets up and running. We got 10 million people or whatever. I think I'll be all right. Now, what will happen is people will make this commitment, or the commitment would be in a form. Everything's a donation. There is no company here. I've built a platform, and what my CPAs tell me, everything's got to run inside the law. So we're going to use the U.S. law against. We're going to stay inside of the U.S. laws and work up to and touching the fence and pushing it a little bit. But we're 100% inside the scope of Caesar's law. That's the only way you can win. You step outside of the law, they got you. They got you. They'll paper you to death. They'll cost you millions of dollars in court. Done been there. But I know how to stay right next to the fence. We'll just do a little directional drilling. But it's there, people. If you can hear my voice. If you can hear my voice. I'm just here to tell you that it has arrived. There is a particular aspect of a standard accounts payable system. They have no emotion, none of that stuff. It's a computer program, and you've seen them before. It's where someone gets a commission, they divide it up 15 levels deep. You've heard that garbage. And it's really not garbage. If you had a good, sound product that was for providing value, a fair exchange of value for the very last person that comes in, it'd be groovy. It'd be groovy. But they're not joining to get a bottle of aloe vera juice, so they can have it forever, save their life with it. They're getting it for what's in it for me. They're getting it to go out there and get somebody else to get on this crazy crashing train. There's 1,000 of them out there. People actually call me still and ask me to get involved, and they know I've written code on this stuff. It's a slot machine. But I found the zapper. Okay, if you've ever played slot machines, or if you've ever owned a little casino, I've had about 7 little bitty ones. A zapper is something that gets people's elbows broke, but anyway, you can put it up there to the dollar deal on your machine, and you can put that zapper up there, and it makes it jackpot. Dangerous business around anytime I'm around. But anyway, I've got the zapper. I got the zapper for that type of business model. Got the zapper. If you got the zapper, you got the keys to the gate, people. You got the keys to the gate. That means that somebody could come in that loves this country. That's a prerequisite. This is that part that I just went over that puts kind of giggles and smiles on people's faces. They get, oh my God, I'm going to get me a Ferrari. Yeah, you could, but here's what's going to happen. Is the only way you're going to get that Ferrari is you're going to have to do a whole lot of work to help me save this country, because that's the byproduct. That Ferrari, or whatever it is a byproduct of helping me save this country. Everybody comes in, they're going to have to listen to the Constitution read. It's an e-book. It's not going to be hard. They're going to watch a little movie by Mike Maloney that show you exactly how the Federal Reserve Bank system works and how we've been getting the umbrella without any Vaseline. Pretty much all along, but really, really bad after Tricky Nicky when we come off the gold standard, left Brentwood. And the ball started rolling with old Woodrow Wilson, that blessed Christmas Eve that there wasn't a quorum, but he voted anyway. They're crooked. They're crooked. And what's happened here is that when you have an exponential business model, a pyramid, a Ponzi, which our government's financial system is based on a Ponzi, I can say that. It's true. It's on their mission statement in code words, but everybody knows it's a Ponzi. Fiat money system is a Ponzi, and it was planned to blow, but Yellowhead showed up. And that's the only reason I'm doing what I'm doing right here now is Yellowhead. Because I have a glimmer of hope. The Yellowhead's going to take down the Fed. Because if we don't, it's going to be a long time. It will not be our lifetime, I'll assure you that, where the next group of Homo sapiens seeking freedom will be this close to ridding the world of this it's way beyond getting out of hand business. It's downright evil now. I have a very strong feeling that Pearl Harbor that happened over there in China the other day at that lab, and people are dying all over. Oh, did I say Pearl Harbor, or should I have said the CVO-19? They're about the same. Let us not forget the towers. Every one of those, or those I just listed, there's thousands of those. I know of a few small ones that took place. Sure do. When you understand, you're taught by the teachers how to do these little things, and then one day the student becomes the teacher, and the next thing you know, the prick has got starting to try a movement to turn the juju on them. And my name is Randy Matthews. I'm in to win. So if you want a real good shot at that house on the hill, help me save this country. Tell some people all about this. All they got to do is listen. Make a decision that you want to help save this country by telling as many people as you can and supporting as many people out there spending their own energy. And energy, when you're talking to me, we're talking money, because that's what it is in essence. The dollar bills or anything are just what you put your hard work, energy, be it thought, or the sweat of your brow, you put that energy into doing a task or creating something that they exchange these little, all your work and your effort and your creativity for these little pieces of paper with green ink on them that are worthless. But your energy's not. So what we're creating is a closed loop, permeable energy redistribution system amongst our members. Look at this. Let's use an example here that everybody made a commitment to say, commit to give away to whoever they feel is trying to save this country $30 a month. Just an example. And we had 1 million people. That would be $30 million a month that you people would circulate amongst yourself and redistribute it based on a fair exchange of value for work done. They can't stop us. Is that amazing? Okay, if you have a question, I think you can push a little something there, or if it says ask a question or whatever. If y'all are real quiet, I know Trevor might have to mute himself out in the background. He's got some lovely children. I've met them. I'm going to open up, because Trevor has, I believe, a question there. And then if anyone else does, I could come out of Q&A and we'd be open line if everybody would star 6 in just a minute. Let me see what Trevor's got. Trevor, you're live. Go ahead.
Hey, Randy.
Are you there? What happened? Trevor, are you live? We cannot hear. We cannot hear you. Okay, there's another little window. It says, show us RHH News share screen. Well, I will. I didn't think anyone else was here, Trevor. And first of all, let's see if we can resolve this issue with this not being able to, the Q&A deal. Let me see why you could not hear me. Or I heard you at first. And by the way, everyone, if you're wondering, it sounds like that we're scattered. We are, because this is the third time I've used this platform. And so, Trevor, your mic shows to be live. Can you speak? Is that not amazing? Andy,
Can you hear me now?
Is that Trevor?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead, Trevor. What was your question?
Yeah, I was just wondering if you could show us an example of a tipping action on the Rabbit Hole Herald there, how we can actually share our value when we gain value from someone else.
I'll do it, Trevor. I'm glad to see someone has a screen that they can see that. And let me just pop right over there, Trevor, and I will actually anoint you, Trevor. I'll go to the Rabbit Hole and tip you, Trevor. So this is the Rabbit Hole Herald for those people who happens to have a screen and you're looking at it. And there have been some people tell me that they've had a problem logging in. And this is where you'll see your little balance. You see I've got a $1.10 in there now, and I use that just to sling around pennies, nickels, dimes, and quarters at people. So if someone comes over and they post this, like Andy comes up with some really good stuff. And what I would do is, number one, this like is not a monetary like. It is just to show, you can click on it and it shows over here the number of likes. And so I believe I did that. Yeah. And so it counts over here, and then you can click on this and it will show you who all liked it or that kind of thing. Now if I want to tip him for these, and it should be spelled P-E-N-E-E. Well, looky here, Trevor. He changed it. That's
yeah,
good.
Wonderful. That's...
Yeah. Y'all can't imagine what this means, but let me say this because I know that Ryan is probably listening. Thank you, Ryan. Thank you very much for doing that. Thank you, Ryan. Okay. What I would do with Trevor is I would click this. This little window would pop up. There's a lot of language in here that will be removed. However, it is to protect us on this end, and for the person giving the penny away and the person who's receiving it, you click this right here. And it says it's truly a gift coming from the heart. You're expecting nothing in return. You click this little deal right here. Comes up, said you really want to hit him with a penny, hit him with a penny, and boom, Trevor's got a penny, and a penny comes off mine. Excuse me, that was Andy's. I gave Andy. Andy, there's another penny for you. Let me find Trevor. There's old Randy.
I don't think I have anything posted in there yet.
What's that?
So I don't think I have anything
I gave everybody
posted on there.
I gave everybody across the
Recently.
board 5.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you do have at least 5 in there, right?
I added 25 to it last night.
Okay, I'm asking a question. Do you have an additional $5 that you didn't have that came out of the ambient? Yes or no?
100%.
Okay, great. So that's what Trevor's saying there. And then let me go back over, and we are very young. We don't have hardly, if you want to get to the timeline, the overall timeline, you just click on the rabbit here, take you back to the main timeline. If you want to go to your own deal, I'm probably going too fast right now, I'll slow down, is that you'd click on your little face thing there, and then you'd go to your name, and then it will show. This MacBook Pro is hard to navigate. You click right here and it goes to my page. That's my little hometown in the 30s or 40s or something. They cleaned it up a little bit. It's a little cleaner looking. And so this has all of my stuff. That's Randall right there, timekeeper. And here's a little something he posted. And I posted, this is a funny one. Let me tell you what they did on this. If y'all come over here, I'll show you my YouTube here in a minute, and that's how we'll communicate. Because let me tell you something. The server that this is sitting on, I'm taking it off this server on Friday, and I'm moving it. Okay? I'm taking it off this server, and I'm moving it. So there could be a period that we're down for a while, or you won't be able to reach me here on this. And it will come back up as soon as we get it on the other server, and everything will be peaches and cream. But here's where you can find me, is to go over to the Rabbit Hole Herald, to Ramblin' Randy's Radio, and there will be a video over in the Rabbit Hole. Only click on this deal here. Let me show you. When you see one of these in the Rabbit Hole, one of these things here, you'll see this little, well, there's usually a bell down here, or a follow, or whatever it says, subscribe. Click on it from that video that's in the Rabbit Hole, because I didn't know it. I've got about 5 of these YouTube things out there, I guess from the days when I used to drink or something, but they're everywhere. So this is the way that we will communicate. And if you'll notice here, let me go to my channel, Introducing Robbie. Robbie the Riverman. So this is what I have that I do. And I post these things. A lot of these are only a minute long, as you'll see. because I use a special little app, and the app allows me to pause, and then it will push it straight up to YouTube, or it will create a link. But I can teach people, I do not like YouTube, but if we can use YouTube, and they're all the millions that they've spent, or hundreds of millions they spent on this platform, and use them to help us, as a MacGyver deal, then you can start yourself a little YouTube channel, and if you see something, you can push it to YouTube, and once it's formatted to YouTube, you can transfer it to the rabbit hole. What I just told you is about $45,000, $50,000 worth of stuff for me to do it by myself. And YouTube is good, people. YouTube, if you're listening, we love you. We love you, YouTube. So this is pretty cool. Here's what happens when you get an upright Homo sapien shape in a bind. Trevor, I'm gonna have to mute you, dog. It's getting a little loud there. Let me see what here. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to mute you temporarily, Trevor. Let me get back over here to the screen. Y'all can still see that. That's good. I've got a little preview down here. Let me tap on this right here. Maybe that'll come back up. There you are. So this is the way that you communicate with me. You see one of these little videos over in the rabbit hole, and let me go back to the rabbit hole, and you see one of my little videos. You'll see it over here. Was that me? I use that same meme. Who is that? Andy. Andy makes a good meme. We'll start making memes and little gift deals, little things they call gifts. And here's one right here. And then we will start getting organized here and have I'm going to build another website this weekend. It's going to be cleaner. It's probably going to be called the Global Reset Society. We'll drive people there, and inside of the Global Reset Society, there's going to be a bunch. Okay, and one of the things would be to join the Rabbit Hole Herald, and all that does is get you inside of our database. When you're inside of the database, then I can communicate with you through the database. But for now, come over, register at the Rabbit Hole Herald, click on one of these things right here. This is my video that I made from YouTube's platforming, so that it would be compatible with this platform, which where this thing's going, it'll be Friday, they probably can fix this. But anyway, you click on this right here, that will take you to YouTube, and then you're going to see that little join deal. Well, it should say right here. It says subscribe. Subscribe to it again from the video that I put into the rabbit hole, not from doing a search on YouTube, because it'll be hard for you to find it. So do it over here, or if you want to go to YouTube, let me just show you what you run into when you go to search on YouTube. Is if you was going to search for the Rabbit Hole Herald. See, I've already been doing this, testing it out. Here is a bounty if someone can find me north of the 49th. I don't know if anybody knows what that is, but it's a video that was done about 12, 15 years ago. It is a complete diagram that took about 7 years to make of the Rothschild complete business diagram from top to bottom. You have to have like 2400 power zoom to zoom in down there to all the little bitty tentacles coming off of it. It'd blow your mind. So I'm a heavy tipper on this right here. I'm looking for this, been looking for it for a long time. So this is what would happen if you was to search for just the Ramblin' Randy's radio show on YouTube. You'll come up with Rex's show. When I was on Rex's show, there I am, and there's a cat named Ramblin' Randy that it sings country and Christian music. God bless him, and the horse he rode in on. I hope that there he is right there. There's the League Project. But if you put in the THE Harold, you might find me. There I am. Got that little hat thing going on. This is the one that you want to subscribe to. Alright? You want to come to this one, click on it, and then it's going to come over to a place like this. The only reason it's showing these little buttons here is I'm logged in. So, hopefully we have that little procedure done. I'm going to open up here again to the Q&A gizmo and see if anyone else has a question. Matter of fact, Trevor, if you would mute your... I'm coming out of Q&A, so everything that anyone hears in your other ear, other people are hearing it. Does anybody have a question, or Trevor, do you feel that answered yours?
Yeah, 100%. That was a great perspective and key instruction on how to provide someone with your value when you gain value.
Okay,
Excellent
good.
explanation.
Fantastic. People, there's only one way that this is going to work. I've brought this thing all the way to the gate, and I've got it out of the gate, and the horse is on the track. I need help. I'm going to start marketing as hard as I can, but what I'm trying to do is this. I'm trying to give y'all a heads up. If you can find an influencer, let me tell you this. If we standardize the commitments, let's say at $30, it is so valuable to me and the group of getting more people. It's not the money. Again, I'm giving this away. There isn't anything that would need to take place. Okay, it's giving you the keys of the gate. The only way it's going to work is you go out there and find people who will make a commitment. We will give to you. I will, because it saves me time. You'll be teaching other people, give you half of their commitment. That's how much it means, how much value finding someone and help mentoring them for us means. Because you'll be making a personal connection that's extremely valuable. They're going to be looking for you for guidance. And this is no MLM business deal. This is a straight up thing. This is something that you need to do to make yourself worthy of receiving 50% of their commitment. And then show them how to use the other 50% to support other people out there that are trying to get this country back on track. So if you went out there and found yourself 200 or 300 people, just say 200 people, and they made a commitment. And let's say just smoothing it off, it'd be $10 a pop. So for easy numbers here, $2,000 a month. And if you help those people teach them how you're teaching them. Teach them how to teach other people the same thing you're teaching them. That's value to me. For you to be a mentor, it takes a lot of this off of me to. I tell you what, let's do. Let's go back to the Q&A. I did that just so we can mute out any background noise. But so if you help tutor the people that you share this with, that they become a committed supporter, I'm not getting any of that. So let's get that out of your head. This is designed for y'all. I need to put money in y'all's pockets to get this middle class of America very, very healthy and fat, and that they're listening to those that are putting food in their mouth. That are giving them good data. They can trust us. We can go down and we can find research. We can answer their questions, and we're helping them get through a very terrible time. Because if they post something on that rabbit hole that has value, and we've got X number of people out there, then it could be their lucky day. But back to the tutoring part, if you find someone that's open-minded, willing to make a commitment, wants to help save this country, and they will make a commitment that they'll give away to whoever of their choosing, not of ours. We're not touting anything, but they will support somebody that is trying to save this country. You'll get half of that commitment that they make. If you help them teach their other people, that's a value to us too on this end, because you're becoming a real mentor. You'll get 5 additional. So if those people went out and did the same thing you did, you've heard this kind of crap before at those network marketing deals, do the math. But this time, this is real. Because that last person that comes in, if they ever was to say they ain't got a prayer in hell because they got to go out there and get somebody and buy this crap, they're not selling anything. What they're doing is the people are making a commitment to help save this country. And by the way, that person that just came in, if they go up and make a statement, a comment, who knows? It might have been just what people have been listening and wanting to hear the answer to for all along, and they get a show of appreciation from 1 million people. Let's just say for a quarter. Can you do the math? This is going to rock their boat. It's going to rock their boat. The only thing that's going to keep it from happening is us. Y'all are the team. Y'all are the team. I've got some sort of little red deal. It might mean a question. I don't know. Does anybody have a question? If so, I'm going to come on down here. Ask it now, forever hold your peace.
Can they hear us? I hope not. Are you sure? You didn't hear all this now. It's pretty sick.
I can hear somebody.
Yeah, I do as well. Is that you, Lori? Okay.
Mine's unmuted.
Prove that you're muted.
Are you there, Randy?
I am here.
Everybody's
We're just listening to y'all, seeing if y'all are going to throw anything at each other or something.
You're not muted.
I am muted. I am muted.
No, you're really not muted, but keep on going. It's getting interesting now.
See, you're not muted.
Anyway, I just muted everything. God bless everybody and the horse that you rode in on. I truly do mean that. Thank you for being here. And I'll say this again. I say it all the time. Once a person who has been honestly mistaken all their life learns the truth, they either cease to be mistaken or they cease to be honest. After what you've heard tonight, I ask you this question. What say you? Go out, smile at a stranger to make you feel better? And remember this. You can have a wonder-filled day. It's all by choice. This is Ramblin' Randy. See you here tomorrow with friends. The only way this is going to work is if we do it together. I cannot do it by myself. But we have the answer. What would you do if you had the secret that could save so many people's lives and also save this country? That burden's now on you. This is Ramblin' Randy. Have yourself a wonder-filled day. It is by choice, and I'm out of here. We down. Bye, y'all. Well, I don't know how to end the call. Isn't that crazy? So I'll figure that out here now. I'm going to stop the recording.